molesters.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. Florida just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, the first fake news of 2023. Excited to be here, excited to be back. D'Anthony, the irony is the first fake news story is a non-news story because we still don't have a Speaker of the House. There it is. Look at you. Is that a new tee?
It is, yeah. Fuck Ukraine. That's, my opening statement for the evening.
Defund Ukraine. Are we selling this on the website?
We sure are, yeah, and all the proceeds go to us. And we use that money to talk more shit about Ukraine because they are authoritarian cunts.
Oh, God, that's a great shirt, dude. Defund Ukraine. I'm looking at it first. This is the first time I'm seeing it. I just sat down here. So
Yeah.
I didn't see you put it on.
Super nice.
That's awesome. That's really funny.
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing this in a what you might consider to be a mixed crowd at SHOT Show. There's a lot of people.
Race?
No, like people with different opinions on the subject,
Oh, really?
which is going to be fun for me.
Oh, that's really
It's a conversation starter, right?
Sure is.
Yeah, it's like
Sure is. When are you going, by the way? A lot of people are asking when you're going to be out there.
It's none of your fucking business.
Okay.
I'll be there from Monday to Thursday.
Okay, great. Where at? Where's the old events at for you there?
The panel that we're doing is at the Venetian in one of the conference rooms. You can look it up.
Okay. And what are the exact dates? So if people want to see us shake your hand, get a hug, perhaps, because we know you like to be touched.
I don't.
Are you staying at the Venetian too?
Yeah. It's the panel is Wednesday from the entire Venison from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And there'll be some panels, or there'll be some individual breakout things, I think, and then there'll be a main situation as well. So
Okay.
you can find it on Eventbrite.
Awesome. Is that Burbiz? Is Burbiz going out there too?
Burbiz will be there, yeah, and then there's the Burbiz party is Tuesday night.
Oh, shit.
It's at the Venetian from I think 6 to 8.
Okay.
And then we usually just keep partying at other bars. So Tuesday night's going to be pretty wild. If you want to fucking see me and hang out and get fucked up and shit, Tuesday night's the night to
At
do it.
Burbiz, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a thing with Tim Kennedy on Monday night.
Oh, that's dope. What are the dates one more time real quick?
It's the 16th through the 19th.
16th through the 19th.
The night of the 17th is the Burbiz
Event.
party, and then Wednesday the 18th is when all the panel for suicide prevention is going on.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Top story, still no Speaker of the House.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. Before we got on, I was like, we always try to come up with some fun, flirty title for the show for everyone. And I was like, they had to have picked it by now, right?
No, they're on the 9th vote right now.
You're fucking kidding.
And they're not going to get it this time either because I think Donalds and Hearn have already gotten a couple of votes each, so they're not going to get it this time either.
Who are Donalds and Hearn?
No fucking clue. I don't care.
It sounds like a law firm.
People are like
McCarthy, Donalds, and Stern.
It's funny how the entire coverage of this has been framed because one group of people are like, this is really embarrassing for Republicans. One group of people is like, oh, we can't get any work done in Congress right now. And then my group of people is like, I'm glad that this is happening because the less these people do, the better for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the more they're stuck in gridlock, the better for everybody because the federal government, again, should not exist.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the same camp here. Like I have just stopped caring about this, to be honest with you. And the number of votes is hilarious, though. So we're up to 9. And when's that supposed to be? Do we know when the 9th one is?
it's going on right now, I believe.
Oh, it is? Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Bob, how's Herschel doing? I know it's a new year. Did he...
I mean, he's eligible to be Speaker of the House. Anybody in America is, as a matter of fact.
Didn't Donald Trump get a vote for Speaker of the House
Matt
today?
Gaetz gave him a vote, yeah.
Yes.
Matt Gaetz gave him a vote, I guess, probably to make up.
Start the fire?
Well, no, to make up for going against his will. Trump has been telling people to vote for McCarthy.
Okay. Why? Just to get it over with? Like,
I don't care.
What's the deal with Kevin McCarthy that people don't like? I think Republicans are saying, a lot of them, that he's promised Democrats too much shit.
Yeah, he's a statist. I mean, he's a guy that we talk about a lot. He's like, under the guise of being a uniter or whatever the fuck, he's just a uniparty guy.
Okay.
Like whatever it takes to keep things smooth and keep the aristocracy protected, that's what Kevin McCarthy is going to do.
Got it.
He's a giant piece of shit.
If you haven't been following along, after days of votes, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. He's out of California. It's that guy. I know that fucking guy.
Yeah, he's a goober.
I understand that.
I mean, he was the House Minority Leader.
Yeah.
In the last session, last couple of sessions.
So said he expects the vote tally for Speaker to remain pretty much the same on Thursday. Nothing is agreed to until everything is agreed to, which is
that doesn't even mean
a
anything.
statement that an indie band makes.
Yeah,
and that sounds like your first like indie band album. Nothing is agreed to until everything's agreed to.
Yeah.
And then we'll agree to see each other later. Once that agreement's been made, so he said after a meeting with his allies, and he also said, I wouldn't read anything into the votes today. Why? I would. If you don't have the votes, then yes, I would read into the votes and be like, you know what? Maybe it's me on this one. Has it ever gone to 9 ballots like this in the history of...
This is the most they've had since 1923. But I believe there was one in the 1850s, if I'm not mistaken, that took them 3 months to figure out.
What was going on in 1923 then that was such a big deal?
Well, the stock market was getting ready to crash, right?
No, that was
29.
6 years away.
Yeah.
It was roaring 20s and 23.
Yeah, they were doing,
Everything
you
was-
could still buy Coke. Like your doctor could still give you cocaine back then. The market crash was in
29.
29 in October, I believe.
I'm
just
saying, like, there a lot of things were going on back then, right? Like the industrialization of America was happening. We were getting close to the socialist stuff was getting introduced into America. There were a lot of socialists here, right?
Gotcha.
The urbanization of the United
Yeah,
States,
urbanization
too.
as well. Yeah, so it was like post World War I.
Okay.
And we were trying to come to terms with that. Europe was kind of fucked up because of Germany, as Europe is often fucked up because of Germany.
Sure.
I don't know why it was so contentious, though. I never ever really looked into it.
Yeah, they've got a bad history over there in Germany, and I don't really know why.
Yeah, they should just wrap it up.
Yeah, I should wrap it up over there. But what do we do here, and what's going to happen? Because after 9 votes, if this guy still doesn't get in, why are we still pushing? Why is anybody still pushing with this guy? Like,
Well,
I don't really get it.
There's only 3 potential outcomes here, right?
Donald Trump.
No, yeah, it'd be fun. It would be really funny, to be honest. But the only 3 potential outcomes are that McCarthy convinces enough of these holdouts to join him. Now, one of them, what the fuck's his name? Don Bishop of North Carolina, who I think, or Dan Bishop rather, I think he's a new guy. He's not even sworn in yet, but he says that he will resign before he votes for McCarthy, and he also said if McCarthy does get elected, he will resign, which is that's kind of a stupid thing to say. I think.
Sure is.
Like, why would you? You're gonna,
Why would you resign over that? Like, why did you even run in the first place?
Yeah, I don't
what
know.
the fuck do you care?
But
You
that
know?
option,
unless you ran on that, in your
yeah.
campaign.
Option 1 is McCarthy gets enough votes, right? Strikes a deal, and right now it is alleged that people are being offered positions for that. And it's, I mean, Gates voted for Trump in this last one, but he's, according to pretty much everybody, he's requesting to be the fucking chair of the Congress or House Armed Services Committee.
Okay.
Right. Which is way above his station. He's relatively new, right? When did he get first elected? 2018?
Yeah.
I think something like that.
Yeah.
But that's option one. Option two is that.
Yeah. He assumed he got in 2016.
Okay, so he started in 17 then. The second option is that McCarthy drops out.
Okay.
And
I don't see him doing that, do you?
Honestly, it's possible at some point that he would do it. The problem is that there isn't really there's not anybody that most people like and agree with that would step up. Jim Jordan is the only guy I could think of like that, but he's and maybe he's playing it like this in public for a reason. It's hard to say. Politics is weird, but
do people not want this job? Like, what's the? I don't really get it here because I'm reading as this is going on live. And by the way, you're right. So this is currently going on live, and they're in session and they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do here. But it says here that McCarthy is going around making concessions. One of them is agreed to a proposal to add more Freedom Caucus members to the House Rules Committee. Mm-hmm. What does that do?
The House Rules Committee does things like decide on the rules. Like they have the general Robert's Rules of Order, right? Mm-hmm. That most parliamentary organizations abide by. But there are specific rules like when you can call for things, when you can call for votes, what thresholds it requires, and all this other stuff. So they want more input on that. It also gives them the ability to define how many votes or nominations it takes to recall or call for another election for House Speaker. So right now, I think it's 5 members of Congress have to say, we don't like House Speaker, we want a new vote now. And you have to vote again.
Okay.
Anyways, the second option is that he bows out. I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I don't because there's
if you're going to hang around for, what is it, 7?
9.
Oh, it's 9.
We're on 9 now.
We're on 9. Yeah, if you're going to hang around for 9, why are you giving up? You're not going to give up now after. You would have given up after fucking 3.
Yeah. And the third option is the main body of both groups, the 202 or so Republicans who are voting and the 212 Democrats who have all voted only for Hakeem Jeffries so far, decide on a quote a unity candidate, which is somebody that hasn't been nominated yet that would sit in the middle somehow. I don't know. There's no fucking moderate or centrist in American politics anymore.
No.
Unless it was like...
And why, if you're the Republicans, why would you give that up just because you can't come to a fucking vote?
That would be the worst case scenario for Republicans.
Yes.
So I maybe it happens, who knows. But it's kind of fucked right now, but I don't think any of this is necessarily a bad thing.
For government, no. I'm with you. I think, look, it's fucking chaos there. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And if you've got 20 people right now, and that's what the number is, that are asking for all of this shit, why are our members of government asking for shit at all? All these promises and all this other bullshit along the line.
Well, that's how it works, right?
No, I understand that, but it's good for them personally, the 20 of them. Mm-hmm. It is not great for the nation itself.
Well, I think
fuck these people too.
I don't know. The people that are asking for things, like Matt, if it is indeed true that Matt Gaetz is trying to leverage for a higher position, that's a bit of a. I mean, it's a traditional move, but he's still a cunt, right? But the people who are just like Kevin McCarthy is a piece of shit and we don't want him and I'm not going to vote for him under any circumstances, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
Right. Yeah, and then AOC here is saying that she wouldn't rule out finding some other candidate, a unity candidate like you were talking about, to replace McCarthy, but noted Democrats would need to see more concessions from Republicans in order to do so. So either way, you're trying to cut deals there. I don't think that's a scenario that is going to happen at all.
It seems unlikely on the surface, but I mean, as much as Republicans capitulate,
yeah,
I honestly doubt if it happened, I wouldn't be shocked. The Republicans are fucking pussies, and maybe it's not that they're pussies. It's just that they don't think of being a conservative in the same way that you or I do. right? They think of conservative as in accomplishing the goals of the Republican Party, whatever they happen to be. There's no principles that back that, right? Like there's nothing particularly conservative about anything the Republicans have done in the last 40 years.
The other thing that strikes
Like, when's the last time Republicans have voted to shrink the size of government, which is the most important conservative principle? It's never happened.
It's never happened.
Not once. So
once everybody gets in, though, that's all they want to fucking do. And I'm looking here, and forgive me for interrupting you. I'm looking here at the Democrats. So in the first 6 rounds of voting, or 8 rounds now, because we're on the 9th, no Democrat has strayed away from casting voting for Hakeem Jeffries. Now, if you're the Democrats, it looks great because it's like, hey, dude, we're all on the same side. Why the fuck can't you guys figure your shit out? So politically, if you're watching this theater happen, on the nation, you're like, dude, the Republicans can't get their shit together.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I understand how you might see it that way, or how particularly
optics. It's just the optics of it.
Particularly dum-dums at home. But
yeah, if you're sitting there being like, ooh, you're fucking... Shut up.
That's stupid.
But that's Twitter right now, right? So
yeah,
like if you go on social media, I know, but that's all they're doing there. And even, let's say the right-wing hosts, for example, like Hannity and them. Hannity, did you see him getting into it last night with Boebert?
Yeah, Hannity is a statist as well. Like all of these people, when I say statist, I mean people who care more about the idea of the structure of America itself, the geography, the political structure, the ruling classes. They care more about that than any of the principles that the country was founded on. And Hannity is one of those people.
Yeah, so...
Right. They'll debate the finer points, like I would rather have this in my government than this, but ultimately they want the government to be as strong as possible. And that's not how any of this is fucking... The government should be the weakest thing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about the idea of we want a strong fucking government. Why? To do what? To come tell you and I what to do?
Yeah, to pay more taxes?
Fuck you, man. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I want the government to not even exist in the fucking first place.
Yeah. But even with that Boebert interview last night, people were going after for Hannity for saying, you should vote this way and whatever. And she's like, no, I shouldn't. Like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and that's it. And I understand that too.
Well, her job. So as much shit as I talk about Lauren Boebert, I agree with her here. Her job is not to come to Congress, right? Come to Washington and confer with her colleagues and decide what's best for the country. The title of the job is representative. Her job is to represent her constituents, right? And people, none of the fucking Republicans I know want Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. The only people that do are the people in charge of the Republican Party, right? That's it. So all these people were talking about loyalty and all this bullshit, like fucking Captain One-Eyed Dan Crenshaw, that fucking cunt, right? Who, by the way, showed up on 2022's list of the best stock trading Congress people again.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, not top 5 this year. He went down a little bit.
Oh, what did he do?
But he's still top 20.
He had some problems with Facebook star?
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he's in the metaverse.
Yeah,
maybe the metaverse.
Maybe it snuck up on him from the fucking blind side. I don't know, but your job is to represent your constituents, right? Not to fucking we don't send experts to Congress. It would be one thing if we said, hey, we need to send X amount of scientists, X amount of economists, X amount of military people, so on and so forth, whatever it is that people think the federal government is supposed to do. And they're experts, and they're going to be experts on our behalf. Lauren Boebert is not an expert in anything. No. And neither is anybody else in fucking Congress.
Fun fact about Lauren Boebert, got her GED months before she got into Congress.
Perfect. When you're attractive, you don't have to do anything.
Well, she was a bartender too, right?
I was gonna say that was the first thing I was gonna say. She looks like a bartender.
She was.
She looks like the bartender that everybody tried to bone in college.
She's just bizarro AOC.
Now,
right?
Thomas Massey has a graduate degree from MIT. That guy belongs in a position of authority somewhere.
Sure.
Right? And there are people on the left like that as well. But that's not what this is. We don't send people as experts there. So they shouldn't be conferring amongst themselves to decide what's best for the country. They are there to represent the will of the fucking American people. And they don't. No. Right?
Yeah, I actually don't mind what's going on here because I don't care about this in particular. Whoever the Speaker of the House is going to be. I just don't know why you want the gig in the first place if 8 times they've already said we don't.
Well, it's 9 now. He lost the 9th one as well.
Oh, he just lost the 9th one?
Yeah. And
He actually
is that live right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he always loses it really quickly because for some bizarre reason the Republicans voting against him are all really high up in the alphabet, and that's the order they vote in, I believe.
No
That's
shit.
dope. That's real fun. So I don't know why he thinks each additional vote is going to change if nothing has changed behind the scenes. There's something called a whip, right?
Yeah.
You familiar with this
Yep,
position?
sure am.
It's like the third highest ranking position in each party. There's a minority and a majority whip, and the whip's job is to whip the vote, which means go around everybody, count the votes, and before you take something to the floor, you know who's going to vote on what.
Yeah.
They know before these votes happen whether or not these people are going to vote, and they keep holding the votes for some reason. I don't understand why.
I don't
So,
either.
for example, the case that happened, and I think it was 1859 was the longest one. It took 2.5 months. They had 10 votes, and we're about to have our 10th maybe today, probably more likely tomorrow, but within a course of 5 days, we're going to have 10 votes. It took them 2.5 months to have 10 votes, which is probably how it should happen, right?
Yeah.
Like if nothing's changed, why are you continuing to fucking vote?
It's really bizarre here. So in this one, is this the latest that I'm looking at, Bob, here, where he's actually gone down to 176 now?
That's a
it's probably
count
not
in
over.
progress. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Oh, count in progress? Because,
yeah.
I mean, look,
He'll end up with 202. That's what
Donald,
it's been.
okay, Donald's is up to 16.
He's been getting 19.
Okay. And then Hearn is up to 3 here.
Yeah, so I think Donald is going to have, one of those Hearns probably came from Matt Gaetz.
Gotcha. So a lot of these people here are saying, I don't know why, as far as the holdouts among the Republicans are saying, I don't know why we even continue to vote. We're not going to get the numbers.
Yeah,
So
you're
why even vote?
That's a really good fucking question.
So I wonder who would go in there. It was Boebert who nominated Kevin Hearn for the House Speaker in there.
Nobody named Kevin should be in charge of anything in the first place. Kevin Hearn, Kevin McCarthy, Kevin McHale.
A lot of Kevins.
Kevin
dude.
McHale was not a great fucking WNBA coach.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's. He's not been great for the Nets.
Well, he's been a good player, but not you wouldn't.
kind of a weird
I wouldn't
guy.
want him to run anything.
He's never going to coach anything.
no.
Yeah.
He's not really good at running Twitter accounts. So
No, definitely not. He attacks children mostly.
Yeah, which is I respect. From a burner.
Have you seen that? What's that fucking show that Ricky Gervais has now?
Is it new?
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 seasons. Hold on, Afterlife. It's
Afterlife.
really good,
Yeah.
right? But there's a scene. The general context is his wife dies, and he is already kind of an asshole, so he becomes a more depressed and aggressive asshole. And he's walking by a playground where his nephew goes to school, and some kid is like some fucking little fat redhead kid calls him a pedo.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm not a pedo, you ginger cunt." Or he said, "I'm not a pedo, and even if I was, you wouldn't be in any danger, you fat ginger cunt."
That's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's how we should speak to children.
Well, probably not.
No,
but
that's
yeah.
how we did. Like, you understand, not all children, but ones that are fucking getting lippy.
Yeah.
Break that motherfucker down. Let him know there are consequences to his actions, is all I'm saying. At any rate, this isn't going anywhere. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but it's not going to be decided today.
No, I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon.
I mean, you got to ask when the party leadership gets involved. And I know Kevin McCarthy is technically the majority leader for the Republicans in the House right now.
Right.
But at what point does the Republican Senate come down and say, "Hey, you guys got to get this shit sorted"? Like, you're making us look like assholes. At what point does
Haven't they already at this point? Like,
at what point do the major donors for the Republicans, the RNC and all the PACs and all the stuff, say, "Hey, we're not going to give you any more money if you don't fucking knock it off"?
yeah.
they're kind of in an interesting spot too because they don't have any like graduated elder statesmen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's Trump, kind of, who they're not even listening to right now, but they don't give a shit about Bush the way.
Yeah, it's not like George W. Bush or Dick Cheney are going to come in and fucking
Right.
or even Mike Pence.
No,
Right.
this
Like,
is not the
it's-
same way Obama or Bill Clinton would,
Yep.
right? Like or even Hillary Clinton maybe. Like there's no one there on that side that does that.
Yeah.
But I love this. The obstruct. That the most important thing, like if you want to run, if somebody were running for the congressional seat where I live, I think isn't our Congressman Chip Roy?
Here?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Or somebody. It's one of those guys.
He's one of the dissenters, actually.
Yeah.
Wood chipper. They call him the wood chipper behind the scenes.
If
They don't call him that.
if somebody has like a whole platform, like I'm going to do this in Washington, I'm going to do this. If somebody ran on a ticket and said, "I'm not doing shit," I'm going to vote no on every goddamn bill that comes across my desk. I would vote for that person. I don't care what their fucking politics are.
Just vote no.
Yeah, vote no on everything.
Vote no.
Anything you can do to obstruct the fucking federal government would be. I'm in favor of it.
Well, this could go on for a very long time because you're not close on this.
I mean, honestly, if it goes on until
February.
How old am I?
Is there a chance that this would go on until
another 40 years, right?
Yeah.
And I can escape life without ever having to hear from these pieces of shit ever again. That would be fucking great.
Yeah.
We are both the office and all of our homes are in Chip Roy's district.
No shit.
Yeah.
The wood chipper.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. What's his fucking sitch, dude?
He's-
Old man, young man? I've never met the guy.
He's a middle-aged white man that's kind of a dick.
Is
You're
he
not
white?
gonna love his picture.
Is he white? Yeah, pop it up. Is he a white man?
He's a cowboy, man. I'm a cowboy. Chip Roy from Texas.
Is
Hell
he
yeah.
a fake cowboy? Is he a fake cowboy?
He's probably a
Chip
real.
Roy?
I don't know what he did before.
That doesn't look like a
Running for
real
office.
cowboy to me. Oh, boy.
That's not a great picture of him.
Well,
That's his official picture.
I know,
official
but
picture.
come on, man. Like, show the picture of him on the floor, Senate or the Congress floor.
do you have is there an action picture of him jumping out a window?
It looks
or,
like
or front kicking somebody?
Here's goatee.
he's an attorney. Yeah, that's what he looks like now.
All right.
Okay.
So if you look like you did in the before picture, then yes, you grow that goatee to hide half your face.
He needs
I
to
get
take
it.
a new fucking staff picture. But he was on John Cornyn's staff. He was on Ted Cruz's staff. He was on Governor Perry's staff for a while. So he's been an attorney, but he's worked in politics for a very long time.
Wood chipper, dude.
And a lot of people are saying that his descent in this particular position is to position himself to take John Cornyn's Senate seat, which I would be great. I would be in favor of as well.
I would
I'll
too.
vote for
Yeah,
them.
I'm not a big John Cornyn
No,
fan.
he's a
Never
piece
have
of
been.
shit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. It'd be fun if this kind of goes on through the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be great if we could start betting on this on my bookie. I don't know if they have odds on it.
They might actually. They do some events like this. Let me look.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. By the way, breaking news: El Chapo's son just got arrested down
I
in
saw that.
Mexico.
Yeah, the last time they tried to arrest him, his brother was in a different location holding the police families hostage.
Yeah,
So I
this
don't
will be a
know.
fun stitch to keep an eye on.
Yeah, some people are gonna die from this.
Some
for
people are
sure.
going to die for this, and
I just hope that the fucking fentanyl supply doesn't shut down. Right? We need another 80,000 people a year to fucking overdose on fentanyl.
sure don't. We sure don't.
Well, it's for the planet.
Yeah, exactly right.
We've got a story about that today. About
Yeah, we do.
the wrongest man in the history of fucking humanity.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what the story is
Jesus
called
Christ.
later on in the show. Next up, we got the Live controversy here. Since its inception, the Live Golf Tour, owned by Saudi Arabia, has been divisive, to say the least, in the American public and amongst professional golfers. Generally seen as sports washing, which is a fun term when shitbag countries attempt to repair their image internationally by hosting major sporting events. See Qatar as one of those examples. The organization has spent hundreds of billions of dollars. They've partnered with Trump's courses and rapidly are spreading throughout the U.S. Now, the Saudis have been accused on Tuesday of using its U.S. lawsuit against the PGA to build an intelligence file on families of 9/11 victims who have been critical of the kingdom and its new professional golf circuits. Liv has countered that the PGA is secretly running a smear campaign to take it down. At the heart of its matter, the PGA's public relations firm, Clout Public Affairs, is that really the name of their?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you call your firm that?
Because of clout, bro.
Come on, man. Cloud Public Affairs. Led by ex-chief of staff, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz.
His ex-chief of staff, so it's David Poliansky.
Oh, it's his ex-chief. Okay. One of the other clients of a 9/11 justice, which is involved in a separate suit against Saudi Arabia related to the 2001 terror attacks and other atrocities, including the murder of Washington Post journalist Khashoggi.
Yeah, and since we were talking about Khashoggi, or since he was brought up here, I just want to make it clear to everybody. This dude was like buddies with Osama bin Laden. So it sucks when
Khashoggi?
it sucks when a journalist gets murked by his country, I suppose. But, if it's going to happen to somebody, it could be
It could be worse.
could be him or that
Could be
stupid.
nicer
Who's that bitch on Twitter?
Which one? Alyssa Milano?
The one that always like doxes people. What the fuck's her name?
Oh,
Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah, Taylor Lorenz. She's one of the most useless human beings. Just like the universe has finite resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's only a certain amount of matter. And we wasted some of it on her.
We did.
It's like, grind her into fucking powder or something, man. What a useless fucking human being.
Yeah. I don't know what's your watch. Is your watch dinging you there to tell you about her?
It was something that Bob just sent me on Al Jazeera.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So now Clout is.
Oh boy.
What?
Oh boy.
A little bit of breaking news about Prince Harry.
Yeah, you
Oh,
want
what
to throw that
happened?
up on the screen?
What do we got
God,
here?
what a fucking piece of shit.
I
this
knew it
guy.
had to be something as soon as I saw you look down. What was it? What do we got here?
Here's the headline from Al Jazeera English. Prince Harry is acknowledged killing 25 people in Afghanistan during his military service, according to the British media. Now,
What? Where, and when in his new book?
in
Are they saying that's in his book?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's probably where it came from.
so this is like trying to pick up chicks and you accidentally drop a fucking ATM receipt on the ground. Or it's like
You write your number on the back of the ATM receipt.
it's like a fucking rancher bragging about how many head of cattle he has. It's not even appropriate to ask the man how many head of cattle he has rather. That's the fucking weakest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. What a fucking piece of fucking shit this guy turned out to be.
What's the real story with that, Bob? Did they? Is it for the book or are they just
It's from the
saying
book.
It? Oh, it is.
The book got pre-released. They got like screeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some press
Yeah,
people.
we usually get those all the time. Yeah,
Jesus
so
fucking
that's
Christ.
in that book. Boy, how would he know how many people he killed exactly?
Well, he was
Do you keep a count like
he
a
was
chalkboard?
He was a JTAC, and yeah, we do something called BDA battle damage assessment. So if you call it an airstrike, you'll know approximately how many people died from it. Yeah.
Okay, 25 for Harry. Now you got your number. You got your answer there out of Harry. Back to this live sitch.
God fucking damn it, man. That's so fucking gay.
That's gonna piss you off the rest of the day. Now Clout. You even having to say Clout. Somebody change this firm's name, please. Now Clout is also challenging a subpoena issued by Liv and accusing the tour of tapping a third-party firm to track the 9/11 group. Their statement is Liv has brazenly hired a firm in the United States to track and monitor the activities of these 9/11 victims and families, while simultaneously, through the underlying lawsuit, using antitrust discovery to now sift Clout's communications with these families, even if they have nothing to do with Liv, golf, or the golfers.
So if
Clout
this all
said
sounds
in a
fucking,
filing.
if this all sounds confusing, Clout PR represents the families of, they represent Live Golf and they represent the families. I'm sorry, not Live Golf. They represent
The PGA.
the PGA and the families of the 9/11 victims. Right?
Okay.
So Clout is saying that through the discovery process in the lawsuit, Live Golf is requesting information from them that could only pertain to the families of the 9/11 victims and have nothing to do with the PGA. Now, they should be able to demonstrate this if it's true. I haven't seen any evidence to that effect.
I haven't either, yeah.
So we'll see.
I've heard about this, but so my question is this. Why is Clout representing anyone from like any 9/11 family members? For what? Like public appearances or like Instagram posts? Like what do you
I don't, probably if it ever does go to court so they can use it as fucking evidence against the family, I would imagine, right?
Okay. I don't believe this story, do you?
It's hard to believe.
Yes.
Yeah. And the PGA is a scumbag organization, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing this.
You're saying the PGA Tour is the scumbag organization?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, it's perfectly reasonable, as I say all the time, not to take a side in a fight between two assholes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what we have here, not the 9/11 families, right?
Yeah.
But
to be clear, it's
Yeah.
not the 9/11 family.
Clout PR, the PGA, and then on the other side, Live Golf and the Saudi government, that's four assholes.
Yeah, because let's face it, PGA is taking money from Saudi Arabia as well. That one of their sponsors was a Saudi bank for a long time.
FedEx takes money from the Saudis. But
Yeah.
it's not directly the Saudi government. It's just, it's completely different.
But it's all Saudi money in the end, right?
It's $684 million of money directly from the Saudi royal family, yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's the. I mean, what do you? All of it in the end. everybody's taking money from somebody.
I mean, let me ask you this:
China, Saudi Arabia, all of it.
Like, if I don't know. I mean, we do this though, right? We never approach this the right way. When we saw Hitler and Stalin in a fight, we thought it was a good idea to go get involved. I mean, maybe it was. Or maybe, like Patton said, we should have kept marching until we got to fucking Moscow. You know what I mean? Like, let them weaken each other up and then murder everybody. I think that's a good strategy. But in this case, there's no reason to take a fucking side here.
Yeah.
Like, the PGA is clearly pulling some bullshit. It seems like the PGA is pulling some. Provide evidence. Show that Live Golf's attorneys have filed for discovery for members of the 9/11 family's information without having some kind of relationship to the PGA, and then you will have a fucking good point.
And in those discovery filings, that comes very, very early on in the lawsuit. So, like, it would be there. You would know immediately.
Well, this lawsuit's going to go on for 5 or 6 years, so
I'm sure.
there'll be multiple rounds of discovery. But yeah, I mean, if they're claiming this now, allegedly you would have some evidence. Show me the evidence.
And allegedly, the reason why they're trying to get this negative PR out against Liv is about to start buying up a bunch of more people from the PGA.
They're not,
because
they're
their new
gonna go
season's about to start here soon. When does it start? When does Liv start?
No one knows. Actually, their COO after one season just left. He's the only adult in the room. So Greg Norman's going to have to run this thing, and it's not looking good, man. Like, I'm not even anti-Liv that much anymore. It's just so it doesn't even do anything.
Listen, Delco, it's not meant to do anything, right?
Right, but like the whole point is, they're at some point, it's going to have some type of return.
Why? The Saudi royal family is worth $2 trillion.
Yeah.
Do you know how much more than $1 billion that is?
Yeah, I mean,
they don't give a fuck
don't
about
give
any
a
of this
shit.
stuff, dude.
Nope.
All they're trying to do is rehab,
normalize business.
Yep, they're just trying to rehab the
Yes.
image.
Yep.
Because along with the Live Golf stuff comes marketing and sponsorship dollars, right? Partnerships and all this other stuff where it's
they're paying to be on TV.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So whenever some company's like, oh fucking Saudi Arabia, this, like, oh FedEx and fucking Chase Bank do business with me, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Every corporation
And then
in America.
people,
Right,
yeah,
right.
then they all have to defend Saudi Arabia.
Exactly. And same with China. And Nike and fucking Apple and all those guys. Like, it's the same shit.
But here's the difference is when you join Live Golf, like literally, like Patrick Reed's going to have to go to a Saudi Arabian school and just be like, look how nice it is. And he'll do like a tour, like a fucking cribs for Live Golf in Saudi Arabian schools.
Cribs Madrasa
Yeah.
edition. It's going to be fun, man.
Oh, it'd be a blast,
Yeah,
dude.
can't wait.
But yeah, that's the rumor I've heard is they're getting ready to buy up some more people, and they're trying to get the negative press out there. And
It's not even so now they're going to now that Live is and when I say established, I just mean that people know about it. Now they're making moves on soccer, which is the biggest sport in the world.
right.
And they're going to contend. That's what's really going to happen. All the fucking aging, amoral people from mostly from European soccer are going to start going there.
Right.
And then they're going to start picking off young talent after that, probably. Right.
Yeah.
For way more money than what they should be getting paid.
Because didn't you say, Delco, on a sports show, was it maybe the golf show last year, that they were trying to go after these younger guys that were in college that were really fucking good and buy them out?
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. It's just like no one's watching this shit. No one.
But they've got so much money, it doesn't matter. So, like,
Sure,
I
man,
thought
but-
about this during the World Cup with Qatar. The biggest sponsor of the World Cup was Qatar. It was a tourism commercial every fucking...
Especially after they lost the booze sponsor.
Yeah. I mean, it was them, and it was come to Qatar. The country's amazing, and it was the weirdest, jankiest video of all time. And you were
Their
just like,
commercials for the World Cup, yeah. It's kind of funny.
yes.
It's like Qatar leads the world in innovation.
It's like having
business.
It's like having. You ever see commercials for like milk and beef?
Yeah.
Those are unnecessary. Nobody doesn't know about milk and beef. Right. All right. So here, this is it's the same as the fucking Italian Defense League bullshit that Joe Colombo started. You raise a bunch of money for this thing, like you have a bunch of conglomerates, factory farms and factory what do you call it, dairies and shit. You raise like, oh, it was a super PAC before super PACs existed.
Yeah.
You raise a fuck ton of money and you just keep all of it.
Give it.
And then you fucking spend a couple bucks on TV advertising like, oh shit, did you guys hear about milk?
Yeah, it's something.
It fucking exists, bro.
It's amazing.
It's fucking dumb, man.
And with that, so hypothetical, let's say Live Golf does fail.
It's going to fail.
Right, but let's say it does, right? Just for hypothetical sake here. Do they care? Because
no, it's just like they just write it off. It's like
it's a write-off, and it's just another thing to rehab their image. So
yeah,
I don't.
It's fractions. It's like they round up to the next number.
Correct.
It's not a big deal
because they have endless money and they just don't give a shit. Therefore, they can keep this going for a while, in my opinion, because they just have endless fucking money.
But it's like, I don't know. It'd be like if Steph Curry goes over to China to play a game of horse in the woods. Like someone watches it maybe the first time, maybe the second time, but it's just gonna be so like uninspiring. No one's going to tune in, and then players are just going to kind of realize that and be like, "Do I really want to go play horse in the woods in China
for $100 million a year?"
Sure do.
Yep.
Yeah,
but you can give me an H.
I think
give me an H, and I'll start with an H.
I think the people that like initially went, they got paid, but like the longer this goes on, they're not going to pay them all. Like,
well, we'll see, right? It just depends on the return on investment. They're not looking for a monetary return on the investment. They're looking to sports watch.
And that's the scariest thing is that they don't need the money. Like if you're looking at, let's say the XFL, because that's about to start with The Rock, right? I have zero interest in watching the XFL. To me, especially if the college playoff games on Saturday, college playoffs and football is at an all-time high. NFL is at an all-time high. I have no desire to watch any XFL whatsoever, but you're going to actually lose money in the XFL, right?
Sure.
And it's going to matter to somebody here who's spending money on that shit.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
With Live, I don't think they care if it collapses and they don't make any money because they've got endless money.
No,
but I
don't.
do think they will get bored of it.
They might get bored of it, but the Americans who are making money off it, when I say Americans, I mean the corporations in America that are making billions of dollars off of this are not going to get bored of making billions of dollars.
They just don't have any sponsors.
Not yet.
Not yet. They will.
At SiriusXM, their whole fucking value proposition was it's radio with no advertisements. Yeah. Within 1 year, there were advertisements on that shit, right?
So
but
eventually,
forget about that. It's not even just about the Saudi government and the Saudi royal family trying to sports wash or whatever the fuck their image. It's also about giving permission to major U.S. corporations to receive billions of dollars from the Saudi government without anybody blinking an eye about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Americans are quite a bit just as invested as the Saudis are. They're not going to let it fail.
Not anytime soon. I think this maybe 4 or 5 years. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Who fucking knows? But when you have that much money, it's so hard to predict, man. Because usually, like with the XFL or the other bullshit, like there's, you're not bringing asses to the seats. You're not getting ratings. You're off the fucking air. But they don't, like you said, they don't care about sponsors and they don't care about who's watching it. I think it's just free on YouTube, right?
Yeah, and honestly, that might be their best method is distributing their ad-free content on YouTube because, I mean, you're going to get more views on YouTube than you are on like Fox Sports 1 or something.
For sure. So, yeah, if they don't care now, who knows if they will. Our first sponsor of the year in fake news here is GhostBed. GhostBed is our title sponsor. GhostBed.com/Drinkin Bros. They're still offering the 40% bundle package there. The inflation is not going anywhere. Fed said they're hiking the rates again. Thank God. Because nobody can afford to buy cars or houses right now. But just drive it higher, dude. Who cares?
I just bought a car.
How was it?
It was dope.
No, but how was the what was the APR? What'd you get on that?
I don't remember. Do you even look on a car? I mean, it's not like 25% like a fucking private in the Army.
Yeah, I'll ask you.
I'll
ask you off air. Just
I actually don't remember.
Really?
I'd have to go look. The paperwork's in the car. I can go look.
Because at the last one we got for the last one, I go, hey man, what the fuck is this? And he goes, oh man, the fucking thing is going. I was like, is it going up that high? I was like, that'll add an extra $300-$400 to the goddamn bill a month. Fuck you.
I don't recall it being that crazy.
I'll ask you off air.
Yeah,
I'll just out of curiosity. Yeah, I'd love to know. But GhostBed's not doing that to you. They don't fucking. They know, dude. We're in a recession. It's not going anywhere for a while. Feds are hiking the rates here. GhostBed isn't hiking their prices. They're keeping their deals in place from last year, and they're going to keep this going. I'm curious to see how long, though. I mean, how long can you just give away that type of deal? Yeah. Shit, that's awesome. But you get an adjustable base and a mattress combined together. It's got a remote control, all that shit. I've got one. I've had one for 3 years now, and I'm never going back. Once you have it, I promise you will never go back after that. Just a flat mattress. You're like, fuck this. It's awesome. 40% off. You bundle those together. Boom. 30% off a mattress right now. And I believe you'll have to check it out, Bob, on ghostbed.com. Are they still giving away 2 free pillows with the mattress? Because if so, that'd be a hell of a deal still. Mattresses, are just as good as the goddamn pillows and vice versa there. And the pillows are a little pricey because they're great.
2 luxury pillows.
Fuck you.
Still included.
Way to go, Ghostbed. Nice job. There's some nice people out in the world. Look, and they got the sheets are amazing. They got the cover here, the weighted blanket. Peruse their entire store, 30% off, promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. Great deal, great company. When you scroll to the bottom of the page, you're going to see a 60-month pay-as-you-go program as long as you have decent credit there. You check that box. You can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Welcome yourself to the new year, damn it. Get yourself a nice mattress. Celebrate yourself. Get some good sleep. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros today. Next up, the Pope is dead.
Well, the Pope hasn't been Italian in a while.
Oh, he hasn't?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's more
Shit.
like
Since the 1960s, I think.
God
yeah,
damn it.
The Pope is dead.
Damn it, dude. I'm sitting on that all day. Now I'm going to take my headphones off, dude. I was sitting on that all day.
You should take your shirt off, too. Take your fucking pants off.
I might take my fucking pants off, dude. This is the Pope is dead. I was waiting all fucking day, dude. And now he's not. Where's he from? Where's the dead one from?
Ratzenberger or whatever.
Austria, I think.
Germany or Austria, something like that.
Oh, was he the Nazi youth?
He was the Nazi Pope, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
I remember
not
this guy.
that's not really the worst thing about him.
Wait. But wait, there's more.
He is
He was
from
German.
Bavaria, yeah.
He is.
Yeah. Was. He's fucking dead now.
He wasn't a Bavarian good pope, huh?
No.
What's his whole sitch here? What was bad about him besides being in Nazi youth? What was bad about him?
So he is
Here
the
he is as a Nazi, by the way.
Oh, they got a picture of him as a Nazi? Look at that.
Looks good.
Man, dude.
I mean, they did have nice uniforms. Shout out Hugo Boss. Not a sponsor, by the way.
Not a sponsor. And also, if you're an audio listener, you can't see this picture. He's the third from the Reich. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, that one I was
you might not top that all year.
Probably not.
So, aside from being a Nazi, which, he was a child, so how much of a Nazi can you be as a
Well,
child?
how old are you as a Nazi? How old was he?
So
was
he's
he
like a Nazi Boy Scout.
Okay, but what
I think it
what
was
age?
I think
Do you
it was
remember?
11 or 12.
It was like, 11, 12.
So 12 is what? 6th grade?
6th, 7th grade, depending on.
Man, that's pretty. You're starting to figure out who you are.
You can definitely jive with some political beliefs at 12 years old.
I knew shit at 12 for sure. And if you're gonna say some of that didn't carry over,
Yeah.
Probably did for him.
look, Kanye, right? Is a Catholic, is he? I don't know.
Jewish? Was he? No, he's not Jewish.
Yeah, but I don't like.
Or blacks were the first Jews, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to any of that stuff.
The Pope.
When he got elected Pope, which is really funny that a group of old fucking virgins can elect somebody, and that's God's will.
Not only that, but they can elect somebody faster than we can elect the Speaker of the
Oh
House.
yeah, big time. Yeah, although it takes time sometimes. Does
it?
Yeah. It's the white or black smoke. You remember the?
Oh
thing, right?
yeah.
But in 2001, then Cardinal Ratzinger convinced Pope John Paul II, and when they say convinced, I don't know what they mean because John Paul was out to lunch for the last 10 years of his papacy, right? He had no idea where he was. He was basically Joe Biden, but worse, which is ironic because Joe Biden shit his pants in front of the current Pope. Full circle.
Yeah, full
Anyways,
circle moment.
in 2001, Ratzinger convinced the Pope to change how the Catholic Church, how the Vatican handled the child sexual abuse stuff. So it used to fall to the individual diocese, right? Mm-hmm. But they weren't doing a very good job of hiding it. So he convinced them to put it under the Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith, which is something that he ran in the Catholic Church. And Ratzinger was the leader of the organization that was responsible for moving priests around the world and in the country in the United States and paying off victims.
Oh shit, I remember that.
To obfuscate the truth and reality from the press, which the Boston Globe finally caught up with.
I was going to say that was in the movie, yeah.
But also
Michael Keaton caught him.
Yeah, well, and Lee Schreiber, yeah. But yeah, he was like Ratzinger was the guy responsible for hiding all of the fucking priests who were raping children from prosecution and from bad press, and then they elected him Pope right after that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about what the Vatican does and what the capital C Catholic Church is all about, it's about raping kids. Just to be clear. So the fact that this guy's dead now is some small measure of justice for the victims of his fucking bullshit.
Is it though? I mean, because he lived in '95, so justice would have been maybe 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
It's too bad there's not a hell for this piece of shit to have gone to, frankly.
It's crazy. So he died on New Year's Eve, and I believe Barbara Walters did as well, right?
It was in the middle of the count too.
Was it really?
I think there were like 3.
No shit.
I have no idea.
It was right at the same time as the ball drop and the Ohio State kick.
In the Ohio State kick at the same time the Pope died?
Yeah.
And you saw smoke all the way around from everybody there. I was smoking weed. But with this, I remember this because Barbara Walters died. And it was like, it's number one on Twitter. I can't believe she died. And then it was like, well, who could knock her off? And then it was like, well, the Pope, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Barbara Wawa. But this fucking guy, I don't know why we still care. Did you know that the Vatican is the smallest country in the world? They're considered their own country.
It's what, like fucking 5 square miles or something?
Yeah. So what is that for? I wanted to ask you about that. Is that for taxes?
No.
Tax purposes?
So the Holy See, as it were, used to be in charge of a lot of countries. Like all of Eastern Europe used to be under the control of the Vatican. You know what I mean? And they would quote unquote anoint people to lead those countries, like the Czech Republic and all this stuff. But they were in charge of all this stuff.
Okay.
And that's like in the middle. What was it? The 16th century when the whole fucking Edward or Henry thing went down. That's what it was over. Like the church had more authority over countries than the countries had over the church for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, and
until
even,
Victoria, really. I mean,
even just beyond like controlling other countries like France and you know Holy Roman Empire, all that stuff. I mean, they just like that was like they politically controlled them, but I mean, they literally like physically controlled the Italian peninsula.
Yeah,
like it was just the papal states for the longest time, and then that's slowly shrank. They weren't able to kind of hold power.
They lost some of their power with Henry. They lost more of it as Eastern Europe started to develop more. And then I think Victoria's moves to place all of her fucking nephews and shit in power all over Europe. That was what really broke the back. And maybe it was the industrialization of the
I think
country
it was
well.
a combination of the Industrial Revolution, the fucking clergy getting ass fucked in the French Revolution, the second, were they the second estate? I think they're the second estate. There's a lot of factors that really just wiped them off the board.
Yeah, and then as Greg LaMontagne says in the chat here, the Da Vinci Code pretty much explains all of this. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's a great film, and I think everybody should watch it.
It's not.
It's not that.
And nothing in there is accurate as well. It's like the whole premise of the Da Vinci Code is, this conspiracy must exist because of this painting by Da Vinci. Like, motherfucker, that's 1,500 years after Jesus existed.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how, like let's say I was getting charged with murder.
Sure.
Right? And you drew a picture of me in a different location and tried to use that as my alibi.
Okay.
That's effectively what the Da Vinci Code is.
Well,
it's fucking stupid.
I think it's great. Tom Hanks was
It was actually a pretty good movie.
A vision.
But the premise behind it is retarded. Anyways,
he's a vision in that.
Anyways, this fuck the Pope. I'm glad he's dead. Can't wait for the next one to die.
What did the next one do? What did this guy do? Was he the cool Pope?
He's the woke Pope. That's what people call him. I don't really care one way or the other.
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah. Francis.
Frankie. He seems to be a little more hands off, and that's not.
Nailed it, dude.
I didn't mean to do that. But.
He was a bouncer in Argentina at one point.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Outside, like Roadhouse? Was he like Swayze?
Yeah.
He had a mullet.
Did he?
Feathered mullet. Yeah.
We got a fucking Swayze Pope?
Super tight jeans.
He definitely fucked at some point.
Yeah.
Can
was
we
he
find a
bouncer?
picture of-
Was he a cooler?
Yeah, find a young Francis.
Was he a bouncer or cooler, though? That's what I got to know there. Because I'll have more respect for him. If
Like
he was a
Sylvester
cooler.
Stallone, his career got started in softcore pornography. A lot of people
Did it
don't know that.
really? Man.
Have you ever seen that porn that Sylvester Stallone
I
was
did,
in?
yeah. Hey,
It's not bad.
It's all right.
He's a lot. He looks a lot tinier back then, and it's hard to fucking think of him as Sylvester Stallone because
Well, he's tiny in real life.
he's short,
small.
but he's been beefy for a long time
right
now.
Right,
he
right.
was not beefy. in that.
No, he had nothing on him.
Young
dude.
Pope seems to be scrubbed for the most
Oh
part.
boy,
Yeah,
so he's
weird.
there's definitely some nudes of the
No
of-
shit, dude.
early
There's
Pope
a dick
Francis
pic
thing.
out there.
I mean, this is all we got so far.
We get a Pope pic. There we go. Look at that. What's behind him? What's top right? It looks like a lady fucking
It's a Picasso
dancing.
print.
Is it?
Yeah.
Of a lady dancing nude?
And it's just it's a realism.
Look at his fucking goofy aw shucks thing. It's like
He looks like
he's-
Gomer Pyle in that, doesn't
Yeah.
he? A little bit. So maybe there's that. Maybe there's porn of him, and it's gay porn, and that's the reason they're hiding it.
How old is he in this pic, Bob? Because he looks like 30s.
Dude, I have no idea. Yeah, he's probably in his 30s.
Good for him. Good for him. Next up here, our next sponsor is Raycon. Back with Raycon this year. Go to buyraycon.com/drinkingbros today to get 15% off your Raycon order. Best headphones in the biz, dude. We've had these guys for years as well. Can you go to a wide, or maybe it's in a single? It's right in front of D'Anthony. He's got the work ones there in front of his. Those are great for conference calls and all that other stuff. And you just tap the side of them, boom, boom, give them a little tappy, and adjust the volume up or down. You can also cancel the noise around you. These are the best in the biz, and you're not supposed to say this, but I will. I like these better than Bose and all that other bullshit, man. The Beats by Dr. Dre are too fucking small. I'm not a fan of those. I don't like the Apple ones at all. The AirPods always fall out. I always see them in the fucking group on the neighborhood group of like, who lost an AirPod? You don't have that with these. They'll give you like 90 of those rubber hole pieces that stick in the fucking ears. So no matter how big your ear holes are, they'll fit. You can jam them in there and party and do whatever you want. And I love these guys. They're also the only headphones that I've ever bought in my entire life that have lasted a long fucking time. The ones that I'm on now have been 2 years I've used them. And they're under $100. So like the rest of these shits, you go to an airport and you see them, it's like $300, $350 for this stupid shit. These are better, and it's the same fucking quality, and they're nicer, dude. So just get these. They got 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life. The price, again, is about, it says half here, but it's probably a third of those other fucking people. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 five-star reviews. As far as the additional features, like I said, they got the 3 customizable sound profiles, the earbud tap functions, the noise isolation, and the awareness mode. Love these guys. Glad they're back. Just because I use them every day and I have for years. So it is never any bother for me to say to go to buyraycon.com/drinkingbros today and get 15% off your Raycon order. That is buyraycon.com/drinkingbros to score 15% off today at buyraycon.com/drinkingbros. Big fan of these guys and super glad they're back on the program for 2023. Next up, Biden at the border. President Biden on Thursday will make a major speech. Has it already happened? Has it gone down today, or is he still getting Mexican somewhere?
I think he's eating ice cream in the fucking back of a van right now.
You think he's having a horchata?
Maybe.
Perhaps?
I like horchata.
No, actually, I know where he was today.
Where was he today?
Saw it on Twitter. Some
Was he
barbecue.
down in El Paso?
Some barbecue spot.
Really? You would have figured if he's going out on the border, at
Yeah,
least
he-
get Tex-Mex.
Well, he comes to Texas. He's like, hey, I realized that I fucked up your entire border, but I do want to partake in the local fucking cuisine. a
He
little
went
bit."
to Just Q'in.
Okay,
Here he
well-
is at Just Q'in.
All right.
Let me look up where that is.
Just Q'in Barbecue. We'll give him a shout out. Support local businesses. That's fine.
Do you think it's any?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is in Cincinnati. It is today, though.
Whoa.
It
So
is today,
he's,
though.
He's nowhere near there. Why isn't he at the border? Biden?
Well, maybe
was he on Southwest?
maybe
Did he
he's
get a
not.
Southwest.
Yeah,
flight canceled?
maybe he's not actually going to the border. Maybe he's just going to talk about it.
So this happened yesterday, but he posted about
Oh,
it
I
today.
see. Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
I think he's probably going to Six Flags in San Antonio.
Well, it's a
They got the
perfect
rides,
time to do it.
and it's they
Weather's
have.
nice.
I don't know if you've been there, but it's at the upper rim. On one side, it's the rides, and the other side is the water park. Right, so you
Yep.
can do both in one day.
Yeah.
and they have ice cream everywhere. It's
Fun for the whole family.
and he's got the brain of a fucking 6-year-old.
So it's perfect for him.
That's a great day for him.
Perfect for him. Is he down there with Fetterman? The two of those guys would have fun inner tubing.
Did you see him at his swearing
Tubing.
in?
It didn't seem.
Oh my God, dude!
Did anyone, or did you have to look upwards?
Well, it wasn't even that. It's just like everybody's walking around and talking. The families are there. It's him and some other woman that got sworn in, and the families are there. Kamala Harris is there, and it's just like,
There's a lot of
oh my God, Pennsylvania, the dumbest state in the entire country. For years, it was Mississippi.
Who
Right?
did that? The Onion?
This is the Onion.
Oh yeah, the Onion once a month just knock it out of the park.
Yeah, that was their one right there. That's a good one. That's a really fucking funny picture.
Anyway, so Biden will use the White House speech to announce an expansion of humanitarian parole programs for Venezuelan nationals to include Haitians, Cubans, and Nicaraguans. So the program is going to allow 30,000 individuals a month from all 4 of those countries to be paroled into the U.S. for a 2-year period as long as they have a financial sponsor and pass other
Are you kidding?
conditions.
What are the other conditions?
Those who attempt to enter illegally will be made ineligible. So essentially, what he's going to do is add to the 2.5 million illegal immigrants who invaded our country last year illegally.
Yeah.
He's going to add 30,000 a month each from 4 countries. So that's 120,000 per
Great.
month times 12. What's that? 2.5 million. So he's
Sure
doubling
is.
up.
Why not? Why not?
He's doubling up. That's 2.44 million additional people that they're legally bringing in addition to the 2.5 million people that will illegally come in.
Yeah.
Sweet. But
This is great. This is all going to work out fine.
part of the deal is allegedly an expanded program for Title 42, which allows the government to boot people out more easily.
Right.
Right. Which is stupid because you just write a bill that says if you come to our country illegally, we're going to throw your ass the fuck in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right. It's like if somebody walks across the border, the United States is well within its rights to shoot that person in the fucking face. To be frank, not that we should, but
They do in other countries.
maybe look into it. So they're expected to announce an expansion of expedited removal under Title 42, but that's only to they actually announced this as part of it. It's only for people that don't claim asylum. So all you have to do is say asylum, like Michael Scott yelling bankruptcy.
Right.
And then you can't be prosecuted on Title 42 now under this new rule.
Perfect.
But this is how this goes, right? I don't know if you remember this. It happens in every left administration. They start out talking nice about immigration, about compassion, all this bullshit. Then it becomes political. Then it becomes humanitarian and a criminal disaster, right? And then they actually have to start doing something. And then they eventually become hardliners. I don't know if you remember this, but Obama started out this way. The first 2 years of his administration was a shit show for immigration. Remember all those fucking camps that were built for the Guatemalans that Hillary Clinton oversaw? In Texas, Texas all the way to Arizona. And then in years 3 through 8, Obama managed to deport more people than all previous presidents combined.
Great.
Right? So that's where we're going to go with this. Maybe,
but doubtful.
Well, that's been the case over the last couple of Democratic administrations. That's what's happened. So we'll see. Biden's not going to have 2 terms, so
No.
it'll depend on how much he can get done in the next 2 years.
Oh, look, who knows at this point? Like, nothing would really shock me anymore.
Ooh, round 10.
Are they on round 10 right now?
Ding, ding, ding. We're in
Round
the
10?
fucking championship rounds now, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to bumble. Because they're going to fuck this up.
Oh, yeah,
They're going to
big time.
bumble this as well, and we're all fucked here.
Yeah, and then who's this other guy?
Round 10. You don't say. Speaker of the House, round 10.
Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska says it's going to be going on for a very long time, that it's an embarrassment, that they're political terrorists, so on and so forth.
Yeah. That's the old Baconator, they call him, dude.
A political
Shit.
terrorist, that's not a thing, by the way. Right?
No.
Because the definition of a terrorist is someone who uses violence or the threat of violence towards a political end. Where exactly is the violence here? They're using the word terrorist for effect. And a guy who's actually been to Afghanistan, right, is calling people members of the Taliban for not agreeing with him politically.
Right. I think there should be violence. I think they should fight each other to the death for this.
I do enjoy those.
If you get to round 10, right?
Yeah.
These are called the championship rounds, right, in boxing. 10 through 12 is usually the championship rounds in boxing. I think you should put whoever wants to have this job in the ring, and then they fight for it, either to the death or just get, a Nevada commission to like a gaming commission.
And if that were the case and I got nominated, because people get nominated, right?
Sure.
Somebody from the floor has to nominate you. If somebody nominated me first, I would nominate Nancy Pelosi and then beat the shit out of her. Just wail on her.
Yeah. Dana White style?
No, way worse. than
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So you wouldn't just give her an open hand slap?
I would speed bag her fucking titties.
Yeah. Oh, man, those heavies, though. You're going to get exhausted going after those heavies.
It's fine. I've got good cardio.
Okay. But yeah, if we're in round 10, Jesus Christ. What was the vote, Bob? Was it even close or no?
What's
Same
going
thing?
on right now?
Yeah, it's going on right now. We'll see in about 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, we might be still on
They,
the air
they
here,
have to go
kids.
through like 500 people.
Wow.
Early report.
Sure.
It failed.
That's a bold
Is that real?
movement. No. But
I bet it will. Why? What's to stop 9 from 10? Like, what's to prevent it?
Yeah, same shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, you need fucking 16 more people, I think. Good luck. Have fun. Next up, we get the wrongest man of all time. Dan talked about this earlier here. This past weekend, a celebrity biologist known for his spectacular, apocalyptic, and wrong environmental predictions of death, destruction, and cannibalism got a favorable interview on 60 Minutes. I did not see this one yet. I usually watch 60 Minutes, by the way.
it was cringy. I mean, like they've been doing this as propaganda for Fauci and the CDC director, no matter how wrong they are.
Yep.
That's one thing. This is a guy that's been wrong for fucking 60 years,
Yeah.
man. It's like everything you've said has been wrong forever. We talked about this guy before.
Is this Paul Ehrlich?
Yeah.
What's this guy? Yeah.
The guy that's the doomsday climate guy.
That's the guy, yeah.
For
Yeah.
like ever.
Forever.
There's a list of like 50 years of climate fucking alarmist nonsense. It never happened. There's a list. He's on it more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's absolute fucking nonsense. He said, let's see, on Sunday, this is, by the way, this is after decades of being wrong about everything. He said on Sunday on 60 Minutes that, quote, the rate of extinction is extraordinarily high now and getting higher all the time. He added that humanity is not sustainable. That's wrong. The rate of extinction is not higher now than it's like 74% now. It's historically at 99.999999. I think 7 nines and a 7%. Anyways, after the show aired, he complained on Twitter about the, quote, right-wing response, demanding, quote, if I'm always wrong, so is science. Since my work is always peer-reviewed, including the, quote, population bomb, and I've gotten virtually every scientific honor. Sure, I've made some mistakes, but no basic ones. So here are some of the things he said.
Okay.
This is environmental predictions made between in 1970 about 1980, right?
Yep.
Which 1970 was 50 years ago.
Sure was.
1980 was 40. So we know we've had time to
We've had time
look
to
into these. Population will inevitably and completely outstrip whatever small increase in food supplies we make. The death rate will increase until at least 100 to 200 million people per year will be starving to death during the next 10 years. Now, didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
As a matter of fact, we went from 4 billion to 8 billion people during that time. He also insisted that between 1980 and 1989, 4 billion people would die, including 65 million Americans in the quote, great die-off.
Man, that's
Never
a great one.
happened.
No, none of that happened.
And this hasn't just been like his remarks on Twitter, because he's getting torched everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
His remarks are that the right wing is coming after him, blah, blah, blah. It's not just the right. Nate Silver weighed in on this, right? And Nate Silver's like, he thinks of himself as a data guy. Maybe he is. I don't know. But he said, quote, predicting that civilization would end by 1985 counts as a pretty basic error, I'd think.
Yeah.
To the extent he's received scientific accolades, it shows how unseriously the scientific community takes prediction. Correct.
Yes.
Like this is, if anything, this is an indictment of how fucked up industrial science in America is.
Yeah, and look, we've had a lot of scientists on this show, and I forget which one said it, but this whole believe the science, or I am the science, whatever the fuck it is. Somebody, one of our guests said it. That said, look, science is always changing and should be always changing.
I think that was Mike Simpson, like last year sometime.
Okay, and that's true. Like it is always changing and evolving, and it should be, right?
Well, no, science doesn't change. Science is science.
Science
right?
is science.
What we know can change.
What we know, though, is people can change, and it's like to go up here and say I've made some basic errors. Like Nate Silver is correct in this statement of like predicting the end of the fucking world in 1985 would be a pretty basic one.
Yeah, this dude is just a Jehovah's Witness with a fucking graduate degree. That's it.
That's kind of all he is.
They incorrectly predict the end of the world every 30 years or so.
So
do you remember the Reasonablists, Bob, from Parks and Rec?
Oh yeah.
So it's like a doomsday cult, and they just like it's like, we want to reserve the park for Wednesday the 16th, 6 months from now. It's like, we don't have that. He's like, well, that's when the world's gonna end. What about the 17th?
Yeah. Is the 17th open? Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
With this though, because I usually watch 60 Minutes. It's usually right on after the Sunday night game. So I watch it all the time. I missed this one this weekend because of the holiday. Was there any pushback from 60 Minutes on this guy?
No.
They just let him spew his fucking bullshit,
Well,
kind of move along?
Well, how do you think it works in the mainstream media if you start fucking questioning the science narrative?
That's true.
You find a new fucking job.
That's true. Right. I mean, nobody's apologized for that fucking Hunter Biden thing yet, and it's just like, all right,
nobody's
cool.
apologized for saying that you cannot get COVID if you're vaccinated, that you cannot spread COVID if you're vaccinated. They said that, and they called you all conspiracy theorists for saying, no, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Rachel fucking Maddow, like, it ends here. If you get the shot, the virus ends. That's how we stop it. No, you stupid fucking bitch. You look like
still
fucking
going on right now.
She looks like fucking what's his name? Beaker.
Yeah.
Where's Bunsen Honeydew? You
Yeah.
fucking cunt. Shut your fucking mouth forever.
Oh, it's so funny, dude. It's
Who laughed when I said Beaker?
Me.
yeah.
She does look like Beaker.
does
Dude,
look
I'm
like
watching a lot of Muppets these days.
Yeah,
I know
fair
exactly what
enough,
you mean.
yeah.
She does look like Beaver. Next up, 2023, New Year's, new balls. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. We're here, kids. From our friends over at Manscaped, the ball has officially dropped. But that doesn't mean you have to drop the ball on your balls in 2023. That's word for word, by the way. There's no improv in that. There's nothing off the cuff.
Manscaped is one of the very few advertisers we have where we just read what they say because it's fucking funny.
It is, and it's always new. So whether you've had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in the below-the-waist grooming have you covered for your much-needed resolution of bringing sexy back. Damn it. Join the 7 million people. It's now 7 million. Last year was 5. 7 million. I think everybody uses Manscaped.
That's 14 million testicles.
Sure is.
Individual testicles.
Sure is.
So.
We got an exclusive offer here, kids. At manscaped.com, you're going to use the promo code Drinkin Bros to get 20% off and free shipping. So let's have a toast to the new year. It's a new you with no pubes. And yes, that is also in the copy that I'm reading right now. It's a new year with no pubes. It's a new you.
I mean, just look at the difference between Chip Roy with and without the goatee.
Yeah, dude, that's pubes without pubes.
That's like a whole different human being.
The fact that they wrote that in the copy, though, is so great, dude. It's a new year and the new balls. New balls with global leaders. They're the global leaders in new balls.
Do we need to send one of these to Zelensky? That's part of the fucking aid package from the United States. It's a bunch of manscapes for Zelensky, so he can stay, just in case U2 shows up again.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone refer to themselves as the global leaders. I like it, and I would have done it years ago had I had the foresight, but they did. They're the global leaders in new balls and creating new balls, and they are, because you shave off the pubes, and they do lead the globe in that for sure. You get the Performance Package 4.0 and other premium wet goods. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks around the shafts and the ball area. The ball. You're going to keep them nickless, dude. A grooming routine isn't complete without applying the Crop Ball Preserver and the Crop Reviver. That's a little ball toner there, and it's for the aftershave, Dan. That's for the aftershave on your testicles, by the way. To complete the free sets, Manscaped threw in their Shed travel bag and their anti-chafing boxer briefs as free gifts. Now, I have those. I have both of those. The travel bag is my DOP kit. I'm a huge fan of it. Love those guys over there. And the boxer briefs are great as well. I think I'm wearing some maybe right now. I think I've got them on right now, but they're fantastic as well. Both are great. So get all of it, dudes. They're going to include a couple gifts too. The premium body wash. Now that I haven't tried yet. 2-in-1 shampoo and body deodorants. I haven't had those yet, so I'm going to have to get on that. These products are absolutely perfect to follow up your New Year's gym session. Cheers to your new balls in 2023. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DrinkinBros at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code DrinkinBros. Time to feel sexy and free this 2023 with Manscaped. Next up, Iran is butthurt again. Iran warned France on Wednesday of consequences after satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. They got in some trouble a few years ago, D'Anthony.
Well,
riddled with bullets.
Yeah,
I
that
guess,
sure
if you
did.
mean.
Yeah.
Sure did.
for publishing a picture of the Prophet Muhammad.
Mohammed.
French kissing somebody.
Yeah. So, by the way, Muhammad married a 6-year-old.
Yep.
He was illiterate.
Okay.
Like, worship whoever you want.
Yeah.
Right? Just saying, he's a fucking pedophile that couldn't read. So, good luck with that.
And that is Dan Holloway.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you if you got a problem with it. Iran, you can suck my fucking dick. This one was for...
I would really prefer you say that stuff if your set's closer to the doors.
Just, you're in
to
Texas.
swap it
Get a
and-
gun. Fuck is wrong with you? You go,
Bob, you can wear it on your hip. The guys next door do.
You should dress. You should dress like a fucking old school sheriff.
The guy next door does. He's got the 10-gallon hat and the 2 guns.
Which one? The pool guy?
I'm not gonna. I can't tell you one.
Okay,
I'm using their company right now, by the way, so I can say it.
Bob,
I'm paying them right now.
I will install an under-desk gun holster for you like I did for
Yeah, I've got
me.
one.
Oh,
right
that'd be
now.
nice.
Is it
Yeah.
like for a shotgun? Like you wheel it around? Or?
I will. If you would really want, I'll bring a shotgun into the office and you can just keep it
You
there.
can just keep it there, Bob.
Yeah, just like leaned up against here.
Yes, that'd be fun.
Yes, but see how we're facing this way.
It's true. Yeah. You want
so put a fucking mirror there,
Yeah.
or lock the door.
Yeah. Well, I like the door.
Can we get a toilet gun?
Sure. Why not?
You can get any gun you want.
Any gun we want.
This is Texas.
Texas.
Anyways, so Charlie Hebdo
America.
did. It's a painting this time of Ayatollah Khomeini, who is the supreme leader
I remember him.
of.
Big beard.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
Big beard.
So they decided it's insulting, and now they're threatening the country, I guess. But more specific. So what's here's what the guy said. So the insulting and indecent act of a French publication and publishing cartoons against the religious and political authority will not go without an effective and decisive response. This is Iran's foreign minister. We will not allow the French government to go beyond its bounds. They have definitely chosen the wrong path. I'm sorry. A publication inside the country, not the country itself, by the way, which it shouldn't matter either way, but a publication inside the country publishes something, and now Iran thinks it's appropriate to threaten violence against them.
Sure.
France should drop a fucking bomb on Tehran. Like, fuck you. And it would be one thing if it was like, members of the parliament or something talking shit, but as the foreign minister, that would be like if the Secretary of State of America said, hey, France, you published a negative shit about Joe Biden, you're going to fucking pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is completely unacceptable. Iran is a bunch of fucking bitches. Fuck these people.
So they are 1-for-1 though against Charlie Hebdo over here,
Oh, yeah.
and or Hebdo.
Hebdo, yeah.
Terrible name for a publication, but whatever. I'm not.
Well, you're not French either.
No, never pretended to be. But you would have thought they would have said after the last one. If you don't remember what I'm talking about,
2015.
A gunman went into the office and murked what, 5 people?
There's a couple gunmen.
Yeah, and they killed what, 5 people? I think.
I think
Why
it's
would you
more than that.
even risk it at this point?
I think it was more. Yeah.
It might have been, but why would you even risk it
It
if you're
was
this?
2 guys. They killed 12.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So why would you even risk it at this point? Why go back to the well?
Because fuck them. That's why.
No, but
It's
if you're, but
No,
France
I
isn't
get it.
going to do anything. They don't have guns in France.
I understand, but it's the same. Remember when in Good Will Hunting, where he's asking him the belt or the fist? He's like,
Yeah.
or the buckle. He's like, I take the buckle, and he's like, why? Because fuck him. That's why.
Yeah.
This is what these people do. It's important what they do, is to show other groups that are crazy that I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, and sometimes I'm going to pay the consequences for it, but I'll never shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why, we do the same thing.
Oh yeah, for
If
sure.
somebody shows up here, I'll fucking shoot him right in the goddamn face.
Yeah, but that I'm not worried about. What I'm saying is for these guys, they don't have a Dan there in the office, so it's like, what the fuck are they?
How do you know?
They didn't last time. Do you think they got somebody in there since?
If I was
If I were them, I would.
if I
for
was
sure.
Charlie Hebdo, I would have multiple GIGN operators in my office. Yes.
Same, yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know what their operation's like. We'll find out, because I'm sure this won't go unnoticed. That's my guess.
No, I mean, so Iran's got to fucking flex somehow. It's like a machismo based culture, but they're all fucking pussies. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any real clout in the world. So it's like, I don't know. It's like being the 3rd coolest guy at your high school.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't really get you much,
No, it
does it?
doesn't really do that much.
So there's a lot of angst, teenage angst from Iran.
Okay.
It's a piece of shit country, and all the people there are pieces of shit as well.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't, they would have overthrown their government by now.
Speaking of pieces of shit, Adam Kinzinger
Yeah.
is up next here. There's some laughter in the
that-
background.
oh, is
if you
Jared
can
here?
hear it. Sure is. Sure is.
Wait, is that the cartoon? Put that cartoon up.
Yeah, this is the cartoon they got mad about.
Oh, he's wearing a fucking skirt. He's going full Marilyn Monroe in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they're pissed off about?
This is women fighting back against the Iranian fucking government.
There it is, dude. Boom. We're about to tape our January 6th special here. Jared just walked in. There he is. You can cut to that camera over there. Look at this, dude.
This is just a preview of what's to come. It's going to get way better than this.
Tomorrow, so we usually post the video show on Monday. We're going to actually post it tomorrow on J6. We're going to have a remembrance of J6.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Yeah.
A celebration of life for J6, and we're about to record that tonight. Super wasted. So that'll be fun tomorrow. That'll be a fun little thing. But that helmet is intense.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Did you bring the Brosman too? Proud of you. There it is. God damn it. There we go. So we'll give that out as well. We're going to give out the Brosman of the Year on that episode too. We listened to all your responses. But as far as Kinzinger is concerned, in a move that literally surprises no one, the former congressman and oxygen thief has quickly lined up a new gig after concluding his tenure with one of the most, obviously he's one of the most outspoken anti-Trump lawmakers on Capitol Hill as a cable news pundit. Big fucking surprise. Do you want to guess at what network it is, D'Anthony?
CNN.
Sure is.
Yeah.
I called this.
The fakest of all the fake news.
Yep.
And it's like, you wonder why a guy would turn so hard in the opposite direction and be so vocal. Like if you believe in general republicanism and disagree with the person who's in charge at the time, do you go so full ham that you fucking oust yourself from the party forever? Or do you like behave like a reasonable person? Well, if your plan is to actually help the country, you behave like a reasonable person. If it's to get yourself a job at CNN, then you act like Adam Kinzinger and you cry on television.
Well, so if you remember correctly, when the J6 hearing started, ironically, so we're taping the show tonight, when they started and I saw him up there, I said, all right, he's out of his district and he's not going to run because they redrew the party line or the district lines. So his party, it was going to be Democrat no matter what, so he had to get out of there. And I literally said this on air. I said, the only reason you would be sitting on this J6 primetime hearing committee is to jockey for a job on television at CNN.
Yeah.
And now today he gets the fucking job at CNN. This is the least surprising thing of all fucking time here. That's the only reason why you do that gig.
Well,
that's it.
He's been appearing on CNN for about 2 years now.
He has, yeah.
The real question is, was this a calculated move by him, or did like the fucking corporate overlords at CNN say, hey, if you want this job, you got to go do this for us to generate news about Trump? Because remember, their fucking news organization was failing.
Right.
And so they use a plant inside of the government that can not one of their people, not a lefty, but a fucking, it's a Republican. It's a bipartisan effort in the J6 committee. No, it was two assholes.
Yeah.
Right? One dumb bitch that's gone, and now this fucking piece of shit that's got a job on their network. 100%. They fucking, whether it was overt or not, a condition of his employment at CNN was to keep Trump in the news so they could fucking keep making money. That's all this is all about.
Yeah, I called this months ago as soon as it started. I said, it's the only thing you could possibly be doing this for. So I'm not shocked by this whatsoever. And on all these fucking panels, on all these shows, Fox as well, not just CNN, but Fox as well, they have somebody from the left or the right who appears to be reasonable to the general public.
Yeah.
So that way they can say they've got somebody from the left or the right on the show that's going to agree with them.
Not all of it. They had Rick Santorum on there the last election.
Yeah, but Santorum is pretty, like, I know he's
He's a pray the gay away guy.
He's a pray the gay away guy, but like as far as speaking in public because you don't want somebody who's super aggressive against the other party. That'll never work, right? Like ABC,
he's pretty mild-mannered.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. ABC News uses it's Chris Christie. Chris Christie, same thing, pretty mild-mannered. Like Kinzinger will be a reputable Republican.
Well, they use Chris
in their
Christie
eyes.
because they can pay him in food.
Correct.
That's why.
And
right?
so does
it's cheap.
Who was on Hannity the other night? The chick from the left. She's always reasonable seeming, right? And you're like, all right, great. You can have these people on, and they're not going to be too defensive. They'll mostly agree with your viewpoints and then tell you. Like Kinzinger's first assignment will be what's going on now.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be like, I'll tell you, that's why I left the party is the GOP can't get its shit together and they can't have any votes. And I knew it was going to. It's like, no, you didn't. So, yeah, this was his only move left. And when we looked at this last year during the J6 hearings, it was like, all right, well, it's either one of two things. You're getting some huge government job in the Biden administration, or you're going to go to CNN, and this is where he landed. It makes total sense. So, yeah. And he fits the bill. Ladies find him attractive. So.
He's a small man.
He's a very tiny man, but, look, so is Stephanopoulos.
On TV, when he's sitting down, probably looks okay, but ladies, I assure you, in person, he's about 5'7".
Yeah, it's a lot of Apple boxes and a lot of phone books, but that's fine. I want to talk about the Drinkin' Bros store. You've got the Defund Ukraine shirt on right now. That is available live. So if you go to drinkinbros.com, you can head on over there.
There's also a shirt that says, what does it say? It's my turn on the good hole.
It's my turn on the good hole. I think it was Bob's quote.
Yeah,
that's
a Rob
special.
Fox special.
There it is.
It's an original.
Yeah.
I think we make these in baby onesies as well. So I'll give you one for your child soon.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, for the new one.
For the new one. Take it to the hospital.
And ironically, he is made because it was my turn.
It was your turn. It was your turn on the good hole, and you got it. You got the good hole. Giorgio just spit out his coffee on that.
If you've ever wondered whether or not Bob's wife watches this show, you know for a fact she doesn't.
No.
It's a
hard
running
pass.
joke on Softcore History that I just say fucked up shit about her because I was like, she didn't listen. And even if she starts, she won't go to the back catalog. So I'm good until I physically know she's listening to the episodes.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. That's fucking hilarious. But go to drinkinbros.com, click on the store, and in there you'll find the Drinkin' Bro of the Week submissions as well. So just click that, and that goes directly to our email. We got one more story left. The bionic cock, a bionic penis that could restore erectile function, has been developed by scientists. I need a round of applause for that, dude. Who is the brilliant man behind that?
Well, it was a Chinaman.
Was it a Chinaman?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
Well, am I shocked? No.
I'm gonna continue
They're
saying
better than us.
Chinamen as much as I can because I dare you to find what specifically is offensive.
There's
about
nothing
that.
offensive about it. They're from China and
Yeah.
they're men. If it was a woman, I'd call it China woman.
So experiments on pigs found that a plastic patch can be used to strengthen tissue that contracts to keep the penis hard when it's erect. The artificial tunica albugina, ATA for short, could help men keep it up as well. It could repair injuries caused by sex, car and machine accidents, gunshot wounds, or burns, which is a very strange list.
Ah,
Like,
yeah.
why would you?
Why include burns?
Like, somebody had a meeting.
Burns make sense. You McDonald's coffee yourself,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, you burn your penis off?
Somebody had a meeting about this.
Yeah.
The people that either did the research or the people that wrote this article had a meeting like, hey, how do dicks get fucked up?
Yeah. Burns?
Yeah, burned car wrecks for sure.
Car
Like, what
accidents?
the fuck? Gunshot wounds? Why? What the fuck?
I don't
Anyways, so co-author.
Oh, there's a burned penis right there on screen. God damn it, dude. Shit. I didn't need to see that.
Looks
today.
like a nice hot dog. I like hot dog. Do you like your hot dog burned over
I
and over
do.
fire?
I like it burned like
A little
that,
crispy,
actually.
yeah.
I like it actually black.
Yeah.
I burn the hot dog
So
black.
you like black wieners? Is what
Sure
you're
do.
saying.
Sure do. I prefer it.
Round of applause for that. Or we just
Yeah. Is that on screen
Oh,
right
and he's
now?
sounding too. Or maybe that is.
I
They
think
got
that's some sort of
a catheter. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, so co-author Drs. Weitao Shi of the South China University of Technology in some bullshit city said, quote, "We were still surprised by the results in the animal experiments where the penis regained normal erection immediately after the use of the ATA. The greatest advantage is that it achieves tissue-like functions by mimicking the microstructure of natural tissues. Lab tests showed that the device described in the journal is not toxic to other tissues and or blood, so it can remain in the body for a long time. In Chinese miniature pigs with injured penises, and now you got to ask how the Chinese pigs.
Yeah.
Did they smash these guys'
I mean,
dicks?
let's put it
with
this
a
way:
hammer?
we purposely injure puppies in America.
Yeah, beagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci was in charge of that little experiment.
My alma mater's blinded a fair amount of beagles as well. Apparently, that was a fun story a couple years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, the patches are made from material. From this material, restored the erectile function of the pigs. So it was, which is like pig tissue is very similar to human tissue, right? So they think it'll work in human beings as well. So I've got a series of questions here. First, who's jacking off these pigs, or what were they doing to get the pig hard? There's a whole process. It's a regular miniature pig because you don't have time to put a fucking ad in Craigslist Personals. Hey, if you've got a miniature pig with an injured penis, please bring it to my office.
Sure.
That's not going to work.
No.
So you've got to get just miniature pigs. They're probably breeding them for efficiency's sake.
Obviously.
And then smashing their dicks with a hammer and then putting this little patch on it. And then somebody's jacking that pig off or showing it porn.
Yep.
Is it Miss Piggy? What
Yep.
is it?
It's not going to be bacon porn, obviously.
No.
Probably Porky Pig. I'd go Porky.
Porky.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Kermit if it's a female
Could be.
pig. If
Could
it's a
be.
trans miniature Guinea Chinese pig, they show, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, follow-up question is, do you think this patch could help with my shitty posture?
Probably.
If I put it at the base of my spine, am I going to sit up more?
Do you feel like you have shitty posture?
It's terrible. I hunch like this
Really?
all the time because I'm used to being at a keyboard and typing the shit like
That's
this
true.
now. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I feel like my posture.
My back hurts all the goddamn time. I don't know if that's cause or effect.
Yeah,
to
and
be
we
honest.
can't get Vicodin anymore because of fentanyl. So
Yeah.
it sucks. It sucks. Either way, it's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week again. Go to drinkinbros.com. There's a submission form. It gets emailed directly to us, and we read it live on air. This one is from Rick Jones from California. Day one homie. He's saying he's nominating Deputy Isaiah Cordero. He says, I'm nominating Deputy Isaiah Cordero. He was an 8-year veteran of the Riverside County Sheriff Department. I worked with him while he was assigned to the jails. He was an amazing man and a partner to all that worked with him. He was murdered Thursday, December 29th, 2022. So, roughly a week ago by a piece of shit who should not have been on the streets in the first place. He will be greatly missed, and this loss has hit my department really hard. Until Valhalla, my brother, cheers, he says. Cheers to you. Sorry to hear about that. I did see that get posted, though, in Drinkin' Bros. the other day there, and people were asking about Scott Hebel and those guys.
Yeah.
And so we're sorry for your loss and everything that you're going through out there. But if you're out there and you want to give us a Drinkin' Bro of the Week submission, please go to drinkinbros.com, and the submission form goes directly to our inbox, and we can read it live on air. In the meantime, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. That's all the advertisers care about. I know it's a new year, and I'm still saying the same fucking tagline. I don't have a choice. Just get us to 10,000 reviews, and I'll stop fucking asking. Spotify, just a 5-star. That's all you need. Click the 5-star, walk away after that. And fun bonus video show dropping tomorrow on our YouTube channel. We're about to record a January 6th remembrance and celebration show for tomorrow. Yeah. And
it's going to be a fun time. I
think Jesse just showed up with makeup.
He just lost the 10th one, so now they keep saying it's the longest in 160 years or whatever, but it's not the longest. It's just the most votes.
First reported by Dan in the booth.
Yes, that was Delco Dan first reported.
Yeah, do what they do on
streets.
I'm doing what people do on Twitter now, which is anytime they post, they put breaking in all caps and then a colon. It's like breaking means that you are breaking the news.
Yeah.
That means you're the first person to break the news. Yep. You stupid fuck.
Yeah. Maybe they are. In my opinion, breaking goes to Delco today. He's the one that told us.
Yeah,
this.
100% on that.
Yeah. So 0 for 10. Try again, guys. See if you can figure it the fuck out. Appreciate you joining us. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.